Hi, humans. My name is Dr. Meisha-Ann Martin, and I am the Senior Director of People Analytics and Research at WorkHuman. Recently, I appeared at the Neovation conference just outside of London, where I had the chance to interact with leaders in the reward space. When I was there, I had the opportunity to present on the subject of improving inclusion through innovative compensation practices. I have spent almost 20 years as a researcher and practitioner in the space of employee experience. I had a lot to say. Fortunately, what I had to say was backed by the data from our great WorkHuman team. So let's dive in. First of all, I want to talk about WorkHuman just to set the stage. Since 1999, we have been pioneers in the field of employee recognition. We started out with vouchers that you could redeem overseas, but since then, we have blossomed into a wide and deep platform of recognition and reinforcement with more than 7 million users across 180 different countries. Now, those numbers can feel a little large and very abstract, but at the heart of it, what we do is connect humans to each other. We bring organizations and teams closer together and help them celebrate and see each other for not just what they do, but also for who they are. When I talk to people about our social recognition software, so many times I get asked, well, why can't I just say thank you? Well, there are many reasons for that. A couple being that the technology allows you to recognize and connect with each other at scale and in a way that allows others to witness and amplify. Another big reason is that using a technology creates a powerful data set. This means that it is easy to go back and review past recognition moments and even surface them to support something like a service anniversary. There is so much power in reflecting on the journey you have gone through with your coworkers over a certain period of time at an important moment like a service anniversary. Another huge advantage is that we can then analyze the data, and that analysis can give us insight into the recognition habits and nuances that have the most impact. So let me share some of what we have found through this data analysis that I also shared in my presentation at the Neovation conference. The first insight: recognition actually has more of an impact when it includes a monetary value. And the form of that monetary value absolutely matters. At WorkHuman, monetary value is usually given in the form of points that the recipient can then redeem for things like merchandise, experiences, or gift cards. When we compare the impact of cash versus something like points on turnover, we find that points win by a lot. For the same investment, points will yield a 37% lower turnover than just cash alone. I also talked about inclusion. What on earth could this topic have to do with building a more inclusive workplace? As it turns out, quite a lot. The same inequities that sometimes surface when we do pay equity reviews also surface when we look at recognition data as well. When we look across our clients, we find that women do get recognized more. However, the monetary value of those rewards is significantly less. It's actually 67 cents for every dollar received by a man. So while it's clear that the work that women do is seen and appreciated by their colleagues, the perceived value of that work generally is lower. And the data shows that women give women lots of awards, but they also attach a lower monetary value to those awards compared to when they're giving to men, just like men do. We also see trends across ethnic groups at work. We tend to see that white employees receive the most compensation from recognition. These findings tell us that we need to apply the same diligence and discipline to compensation distributed through a recognition program that we do to other forms of compensation. Analyzing the data also gives us additional clues around how to recognize in a way that maximizes the impact of recognition. Frequency matters. We consistently see that the more someone is recognized, the bigger the impact on outcomes like engagement, turnover, performance, and even business outcomes like customer satisfaction, patient satisfaction, safety, and plant performance. Who you get recognized by also matters. Getting recognized by your manager or by a coworker is fantastic, but when you get recognized by both, it's even better. When others chime in on your recognition, the impact is even greater. Giving recognition matters. We see better outcomes when people are giving recognition in addition to just receiving it. Fortunately, recognition also plays a huge part in how people feel about their work. Most importantly, a robust recognition program makes employees feel connected to each other and also helps them feel like diversity and inclusion is valued at work. In our recent research with Gallup, we saw that employees who strongly agree that they receive the right amount of recognition for the work they do are 4 times as likely to perceive their workplace as inclusive compared to those who don't receive the right amount of recognition. You can read that full report with this QR code. One additional way WorkHuman helps is with Inclusion Advisor. Our words matter, but sometimes, despite the fact that we mean well, we just use the wrong words. This AI-powered tool scans recognition messages and points out potential biases and negative language. Not only does this provide more inclusive language in the moment, but the gentle nudges encourage people to think about their language in general, which extrapolates to other situations. So, what did we learn? Humans are complicated, but we already knew that. We do crave recognition for the work that we do, and we want to know that our peers, managers, and colleagues see us and acknowledge us. Peer-to-peer points, together with the social emotional bonds that they create, can be powerful ways to improve engagement and train the behaviors that your organization wants to see more of. Recognition parity is also a super complex thing, and this complexity goes across gender, racial, and ethnicity lines. That's something which everybody can contribute to, and you can do that by lifting up those around you in as equal a way as possible. This kind of program, when it's done right, when it's done at scale, when it's done with true buy-in from across the organization, can have a huge impact on feelings of inclusion and belonging. When was the last time you recognized the people around you? Thank you so much for listening. If you want to know more about recognition in general, WorkHuman in particular, or the many complexities of human beings and their behaviors, please go ahead and give me a follow on LinkedIn. It was my absolute honor and pleasure to attend and participate in Neovation. I had never attended before, and I had no idea what to expect. The warmth of everyone attending and the big, bold ideas shared by all sorts of different presenters, I must admit that got me hooked. I really hope to see you again next year. Before I go, though, if you want to hear more from me, I will be at WorkHuman Live Forum in London on June 4th, and I will be talking about the role recognition can play in building resilience and creating cultural change. I hope to see you there.